in the last administration between Chair Gensler and Chair Benham, where there was definitely a turf war over who had jurisdiction over what parts of the industry. Now, Chair Selig used to be senior counsel for Chair Atkins at the SEC. And so they obviously have a very good relationship. So this may be the closest we're going to get to having a unified regulator, unified front from the regulatory side.
Both the SEC and CFTC talking about something called harmonization.
Yeah. I mean, I think that we've heard these, spicy rumblings in the past about should we merge the SEC and the CFTC? The US is one of the only only places in the US that has these bifurcated regulators. UK, EU, and many other countries, or Japan, or all around the world have these unified financial regulators. And so I think that has been some of the push and pull. And we certainly saw that in the last administration between Chair Gensler and Chair Benham, where there was definitely a turf war over who had jurisdiction over what parts of the industry. Now, Chair Selig used to be senior counsel for Chair Atkins at the SEC. And so they obviously have a very good relationship. So this may be the closest we're going to get to having a unified regulator, unified front from the regulatory side. And I think it'll be really interesting to see what they have to say.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I mean, first of all, we're never going to see completely merged agencies here in the United States, at least anytime soon. There's too many reasons for the Senate Agriculture Committee and the Senate Banking Committee to want to protect their own turf, to use your term, turf war. But this term harmonization, I view, is sort of the administration saying, look, we want these two agencies to be operating in the same direction, going in the same way, and being unified. And I agree with you that Mike Selig's going to be on the same page with Chair Atkins at the SEC. So we'll hear from that today. And what I think is interesting, Rebecca, is we haven't seen a lot publicly yet from Mike Selig. He wrote an op-ed in the Washington Post, which sort of laid out his vision, but it didn't have a lot of details and specifics, but not a lot. And this is really an opportunity. They've been on television together, but those are short appearances. This is an opportunity for the both of them to sit down and walk through in some detail what they actually plan to do in the months to come.
I think that's right. And we've heard from Chair Atkins about this innovation exemption for many, many months. People are dying to know what's going to be in it. Supposedly, the only people who know what's in it are within the walls of the SEC. And I can tell you, at least as far as I know, nobody's leaked it. And, there have been some interesting things that have been even posted to the SEC Crypto Task Force website with requests for meetings still about this innovation exemption. So I think they're keeping it pretty close to the vest and query whether there will need to be harmonization, to use their word and yours that you brought up again, between them to allow this innovation exemption to go forward, or whether it's like truly within the confines of what the SEC has jurisdiction over. And to your point, and to something we discussed earlier, 80% of the trading volume is Bitcoin and ETH. And if market structure passes, that is under the remit of the CFTC. So there's a lot to figure out here still. And in the absence of market structure, we're going to need to see a lot from the regulators, and they're really going to have to step up.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, one thing I don't think we're going to hear a lot about today, but, there was a recent OIG report indicating that the CFTC is down over 20% in terms of staff. Obviously, there's only one commissioner right now, Chair Selig. As you point out, not just existing products that we know are digital commodities, but under the Clarity Act, as it's written now, all three drafts, or both the drafts in both the House and the Senate, it looks like the CFTC would have even broader authority. The vast majority of tokens would be digital commodities. So it'll be interesting to see in the sort of months to come how that all plays out.